Today we're going to talk about bounce shots and why low shots are so effective in lacrosse when you are trying to score. We're going to talk about why your coach is constantly telling you to put the ball low and to try and bounce it. So we're going to take a look at a quick clip here of a nice right-handed bounce shot from the player in white, number 10. We'll take a quick look and come back and dissect it. Right-handed drive. Low bounce skip shot up to the top of the goal. Really good shot. Really difficult save for the goalie. So we're going to break this down a little bit and talk about why this works and why most of your shots should be going low. You should be trying to bounce them if you want to get that ball past the goalie. So we'll get right to the shot here. So this shooter is in a wind-up position about to shoot. So let's talk about what's going through the goalie's head right now. The goalie is trying to do a lot of different things very quickly. He's reading the body language of the shooter. He's reading the stick angle of the shooter. He is thinking about everything he knows about that shooter, whether he's right-handed or left-handed, whether he likes to shoot high or low. He's looking at the defender based on where the defender is. The defender is taking away some shooting options for that offensive player. The goalie takes all of that information and tries to make a split-second decision and move as quickly as possible, move lightning fast to where he thinks the save is going to be and where he's reading that save is going to be. So just for an example here, let's say that the player in white ends up shooting to the off-stick top corner here. So top right of the goal, the goalie's top left. That wouldn't be a great shot from this situation because the goalie only has to make one move from point A, his ready stance, to point B, getting his stick and his body inside that green circle. That's one move from point A to point B, okay? By bouncing the ball off the ground, you're adding a point to that equation. The goalie then has to go from point A, his ready position, to point B, saving a low shot. Ball goes low, goalie goes low, and now point C, he's got to try and react and get up to where that ball is bouncing to. So by bouncing the ball right here, this shooter has made it, added an extra step for the goalie, made it from the goalie so the goalie isn't just going from point A to point B, he's going from point A to point B to point C, which slows the goalie down. It's very hard to change direction when you're moving as fast as you can down to the ground to make a low save. It's very difficult to then quickly move back up for a high save. So this is why bounce shots are so effective and why you should be using them very often in your games. And last thing to consider in this clip, it just proves how effective bounce shots are. Let's take a look at the shooter in this situation. So he is leaning backwards, falling away from the goal, shooting off his back foot. That means he's not going to get any power on the shot. This isn't a very fast shot. It's pretty slow, but because of the bounce, because of the deception, because of the change of direction, it still ends up scoring, even though it's not a very hard shot. So I know as youth lacrosse players, we're always thinking about shooting as hard as we can, but in certain situations, shoot smarter, not harder. And if this shooter goes for a top corner right here, I think the goalie ends up saving the ball just because it'll be a slow shot. He can't get much power on it. But because he opts to go for the bounce shot, the skip shot, even though he can't get much power, even though it's a little bit of a slow shot, it's still very effective and scores. So when you are practicing on your own, practicing your different shots, make sure you're practicing those low bounce shots, but also make sure you're practicing them in kind of goofy situations where you're off balance, maybe fading away from the goal. You can't get a ton of power on that shot. Instead of trying to beat the goalie with speed up top, beat the goalie with that deception and that bounce down low. We'll watch this one more time and make sure you are practicing this on your own.